As the center position is becoming much less prominent in today's NBA, we've got two guys who are fighting to bring it back. Welcome to Give and Go. I'm Madelyn Burke, joined as always by DeAntae Prince, Jared Zwerling. Guys, Andre Drummond, Joel Embiid, they are quite entertaining to watch in the East. These two battle it out, and these two bigs are really kind of bringing the center position back to life in a league it's more of a small ball league now.
I'm enjoying it. This is great for basketball, great for fans. You know, a whole new blend of two personalities. Joel Embiid has obviously the social media presence on Twitter, really funny and engaging. Drummond has the Days with Dre now, his YouTube channel. He has the glasses. He calls himself Swag Daddy after interviews. So they both have so much personality, and they're really bringing a lot of life to this rivalry. I don't think it's going to be really long-lived. The game is so transcendent to the perimeter now with guards and penetration and three-point shots. But it's great to see. It's kind of a little subplot in today's season to see this.
And personality brings the fun to the game. I mean, you want to see these guys not only having fun with each other, but on the court talking trash. We saw these guys talking trash after they played each other on Saturday a little bit, too.
Yeah, there can only be one Swaggy in the NBA. I got to address that.
Oh, yeah.
I can't steal that from Swaggy.
Yeah, you can't steal Swaggy.
Yeah, you can't steal that. But he did have, he had a little bit of swag in those comments that he made toward Embiid, basically calling him out on a guy who's, on being a guy who has to take breaks and who doesn't, play through full seasons. And Drummond is obviously a guy who's tested and has been around for a few years. And it's fun to see sort of like the young upstart, the guy who's, just getting started in his career, taking on this big guy who's, basically near all-star level.
Yeah, and Joel Embiid has never really been shy with his words.
No.
I think if anyone follows him on Twitter, you know that. But I mean, him calling out Drummond saying, you play no defense, and Drummond coming back to him saying, well, come at me when you play a back-to-back, essentially. I mean, this is a fun little banter between two guys who are playing very well, too. I mean, averaging pretty substantial numbers this season as well. Is the center position, though, I mean, this is a position that's kind of fading out in the way that the NBA is played today. You've got big guys like Kristaps Porzingis who are shooting threes and stuff like that. The kind of post banging out down low is fading, but can these guys revive that a little bit in the way that the game is played now?
I give credit to Drummond a lot because his game has changed. If you watch how he's playing now off Reggie Jackson, Ish Smith, it's more off pick and rolls. He's finishing now better in the lane. He's also really more of a point forward, point center now, where he's averaging a career high 4 assists, up from 1 assist last year. Incredible. Embiid's around 3 assists per game. So I'm interested to see how Embiid, maybe in the next couple of years, maybe transforms a little bit his game. Ben Simmons is now coming in and has to work now developing his game with Embiid. Embiid's more of a straight center in the post, kind of doing his damage there. Off bank shots, obviously turnaround moves, drop shots, things like that. So, his game is different. It's much different than Drummond's. It's hard to really call him a specific rivalry because when they play defense against each other, they're playing really differently against each other in different ways. So I'm curious how Embiid develops. So right now, the Sixers are playing well. They're going to be likely a playoff team, same with the Pistons. So I'm excited to see this rivalry develop. Right,
but you do, like you said, you got to kind of evolve with the game, but still kind of play to your strengths, right?
Yeah, if you're going to be a big man in the way the game is played nowadays, it's so fast, it's so, spread with the space and pace and everything that we have now. You have to be able to move on defense. You have to be able to run from end to end and, keep up. But you also have to be willing to sort of give up those post touches too. I mean, that was the issue with Dwight Howard, right? He was the guy who was at the top of the league in Orlando. They went to the finals, and then he sort of tapered off from there because he still, was on the block calling for those plays instead of just going screen and roll, kind of like he's doing with Kemba now. He's accepting that. Go screen and roll, let your little guy set you up, get your buckets that way. And, Embiid and Drummond, guys who are embracing that.
It's interesting, too, because, the way Simmons plays, he wants to push. I think a lot of guards now want to push. Embiid is really, he has to slow the game down for Simmons now to play that half-court offense. So it's a different type of system for the Sixers where it's not as much a fast court because of really the Embiid presence. So, right now he's really doing his damage. And it's interesting, when you watch Embiid and Drummond on the court together, it's crazy. I was actually Googling this. Drummond's at 280 pounds, Embiid's at 250. On the court, Embiid looks bigger than Drummond. And Embiid, if you watched that matchup the other night, Embiid was getting position on him pretty easily off pump fakes, positioning, getting those lob passes, not for dunks, but just lobs in the paint for those layups. So that transition is really interesting to see how Embiid's really setting his foundation down low. But again, his game is going to have to develop really off pick and rolls, shooting that three more consistently because the game is going to spread that way. That's something that we're going to have to watch in the years to come.
And he's not shy about taking those shots from outside either. So
yeah,
he'll put them up.
Yeah, he'll put them up. I mean, as you can see, we've seen a budding rivalry developing between these two guys. They're tweeting at each other, looking forward to their matchups. It's definitely fun to watch. Continue to check out the crossover on si.com/NBA for all your latest on and off the court.